or anything? Oh, okay. So this is Krish. Krish has come down from Vancouver. You came to the West Coast to learn to sail,
Yep.
which is super admirable. And in typical sailor fashion, he arrived, boats broke down, he wasn't able to do it. You're still going to be around the area when the video goes live.
Yep.
So if there's somebody here in the Vancouver area who wants to teach this guy how to sail, message to me. I'll get it to him. We'll send it along. But he's here today to sand, and I think that's the first and most important lesson of sailing, is learning to sand. So we're gonna get him working, and we got a beautiful sunny day, so lots of sanding and hopefully lots of glassing too. Alright, we're breaking for a little bit of lunch. We got this new sander here. Abraham, I want to thank you so much for sending this off the wish list. This thing is kind of like more powerful than just the drill flat one, more powerful than the random orbital that I now have, which, by the way, thank you, Uncle Terry, for that. Hand-me-down orbital is awesome too, but this kind of thing is like halfway between the orbital and the grinder. And it's great for when we're doing this hard stuff over here with the grinder, and then we smooth it out with that thing. And the fact that we can have both of us working at the same time means that all of this gets done. Awesome. We're gonna break for a little bit of lunch, but yeah. So we got this all done. We're gonna clean up the rest of it, and we're gonna lay in some new plywood here. And I guess we'll glass right after that. And this is sealed. How sick is that? And work towards getting the beam in next after that. Of course, we also need to do the starboard side as well, but we'll get to it when we get to it. Get to work, man. What are you doing? Chris, you're like, look at, this is the face of a guy who's worked really hard all morning already. Dusty.
Oh yeah.
Ready for lunch. Gross. Gross. Chris, you gotta stop working for a second, man. Have some freaking lunch. Maybe you want to wash your hands first. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a very productive day so far. The starboard side is almost completely stripped, ready for plywood. We just got to finish sanding down the beams underneath because I've removed a lot of plywood. And then Krish has moved over to the starboard hull, and he's sanding away over there. So tomorrow, hopefully, we'll get the rest of it done. But we're just gonna pick up Rishi here in a minute, and I thought I'd swing by Vern's place. And I've been looking for one of these Seagull Centuries, because I was gonna use the big regular outboard motors. But then the more I was looking into it, I need a big boxes. You need to build this whole apparatus to get the motors low enough from the bridge, which was pretty challenging. And then I decided, why not just go with these Seagulls, because they have a prop that bolts onto an actual tube, and it's just drive shaft. There's exhaust is separate, I can cut that out. Water is separate, I can cut that out. It's just the drive shaft down a tube, so I can get a nice long tube and a long drive shaft, and then I can sink it as low as I want, and the whole thing will weigh less than a quarter of what the big outboards would weigh. So then I talked to Vern, and apparently he's got one of them right here. So this guy, I'm pretty sure this is the Century. I'm gonna check the model numbers and stuff again, but this is one of the bigger size Seagulls. Featherweights are much smaller. These are a little bit bigger. Kind of designed for up to like 10 horsepower, give or take. Usually they make a lot less than that, but with my electric motor, they'll make a little bit more than that. And as you can see, the lower end is really, that's what I'm concerned with. So I'm just gonna take this lower end, chop off the exhaust, bolt on a nice 6-foot long drive tube and run that right up. A lot simpler than what I was looking at before. So now it's just a point of cleaning this up, stripping this off. Vern wants this for parts, and we can put a new drive shaft. I just gotta find a nice drive shaft for this. Nice and long. I don't know. I know I've changed my mind a few times about the motors, but I'm pretty confident that that is going to kick some serious ass. So that's one. Now I need another. And yeah, so much cheaper, so much lighter, so much easier. Excited to get motoring around because we're now making a lot of power. Vern is giving Krish the tour here. So Krish is actually from New York City, and it's a little bit of a change, eh? A little bit of change of pace. I showed him the village earlier.
Oh yeah?
I was like, this is it, you know, just like a grocery store, post office, gas station, hardware store, that's it, that's all you get.
5-second tour.
A 5-second tour of town.
We don't have too many more stores than that in Main Street, downtown New York.
I mean, why would you want to go anywhere else?
Right.
Got everything here.
We got one here, some electric.
A little. But I love them. They do have seats.
Yeah, they do. That one's weird. It's got like a smoky taste almost. What is that?
That's what I'm saying.
We are back to work today. Chris is over there sanding away. He's like gung-ho on getting as much of this done as possible. So I'm gonna put in some new board over here, but we gotta finish cleaning this up. We can do epoxy fillets. It'll be super, super sick. Let's do this. Like 5 seconds. This one's probably not such a good size. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a crazy 2 days, and trying to get all this fiberglass done with the wind howling around has been very challenging, but we got a lot done, and it's pretty much all thanks to Chris. That guy is an incredibly hard worker. Look, we even got some epoxy glass laid there. I got my new deck here. No glass in there yet. We got some glass right there. And that one's gonna get done soon, but lots of glass, lots of work. I can't even remember how this episode started or what we were doing. But I'm just enjoying a little bit of bourbon. We're gonna make some dinner shortly. I'm just exhausted, man. I don't know how these young kids do it. They just keep going and going. Krish is like, what are you doing? You know, you're working up a storm on your phone in there, huh?
Sorry.
It's all right. Yeah, this guy he works and works and works and works. He's putting me to shame.